In the heart of the Pacific Northwest coast, nestled along the Skeena River, lies a land rich in culture and sustenance. From ancient times, humanity has thrived by harnessing the power of the land and water. Today, a growing awareness is urging us to re-embrace our traditional practices and prioritize nutrition. This movement towards self-sustainability not only strengthens our bond with the land, but also strengthens our bond with each other. Communities are recognizing the advantages of transforming lawns into gardens. The Food Out Front project, led by the Skeena Heartbeat Society, Terrace Women's Resource Center, and Kermode Friendship Society, are bringing people together, sharing resources, and promoting food independence and nurturing a sense of community connection.
Having people do gardens in their own front yards, not the backyards, but the front yards, so that, you know, they're out in the public and they'll look good, and the people in the house will learn about gardening, and the people walking down the street will learn about gardening, and just working with different organizations. And funding is a big issue. Like, how do we fund some of these things? How can we get money for soil and seeds and the tools to do that?
If your rent is going up, if your basic cost of food is going up, and your income is fixed, then something has to give, right? So what our breakfast program and our lunch program allows is for families on a fixed income to know that for 5 days of the week, breakfast and lunch is being provided to their child. So they don't have to spend as much for breakfast and lunch for those 5 days for their children at Parkside. I don't think it's that people have any extra money in their pocket. It's just because everything is going up in price. And when you're on a fixed income, yeah, you have to make hard choices. And I have seen the change because I shopped for our breakfast program over the last 5 years. It's not that it's been a gradual increase. It's been a very steep increase in a very short period of time. But I think this is the new reality. 30 years ago, when I started in education, not so much. But now this is the norm, and I don't anticipate it changing at all. But I think it is important that we show students we care about them. We show students that they are loved and valued. And the way to the brain is through the stomach. And teenagers have a hollow leg, I have found. They eat a lot, they need a lot to eat because they are growing, their bodies are growing. And so food is central here at Parkside. It's probably my most expensive budget item that I have here at our high school. I'm the one that shops for these smoothies. You do what you need to do if you feel it's important. And so I have found by doing these smoothies that I get to connect with kids, right? And they see that I care about them because I'm the one making these smoothies. Sometimes during the day as a principal, you have to have difficult conversations with students. They may think of you as someone that's mean or not fair or not caring, but then they see, you know what, Miss Arbuckle, she's the one making the smoothies. So this is sort of what I do. Every day around 10 o'clock, I come down here, I whip up the smoothies, and the kids know. Come 10:30, it's like Pavlov's dogs. They hear me with my trolley and they come running. How important is food here at Parkside for students?
It is how we get kids to school. It is how we get kids to school. And I think most of our kids, this is sometimes the only place they get to eat or have a nutritious meal. And the quality of food that we serve here at Parkside is amazing. So,
Yesterday
I'm
was
waiting
food
on my
court, right?
Well, yesterday we went to a tour of the college and they had pizza, but we knew we were having pulled pork, so we all came home. We had lunch up there, but we came home, all had to come home and have pulled pork. And you know what? It's what brings kids together, and staff and kids together. You often will see staff eating with students. That's, you know, even coming into the kitchen and making food or doing dishes or anything like that, it's a great way to build rapport, especially with a kid you've had a bit of a hard time to get to know, or somebody that's had quite a bit of trauma and doesn't want to open up, food, kitchen, anything one-on-one to do it is great. And not only that, it's a life skill.
My name is Melissa Giroux. I'm originally from Terrace, more specifically from the Kitsil's Nation. My role in the feud community, I am starting a grocery store, a locally grown produce store. Historically, our people, we would grow our food, we would share it with everybody that we knew so we could ensure everybody was eating healthily. So it's important to me that Terrace and the surrounding communities have a place to do that. JO Foods comes from, I guess you could say, from my father. He was carrier, and JO means moose, which was his nickname. And what I was seeing on the news all the time was food shortages and just like worldwide shortages of anything that you could think of. So with something like farming, it's something that you can do in your community. You don't have to wait to receive food from the United States or Mexico. You can grow a lot of these things here in our community and be self-sufficient.
I have a lot of free time, and so when I'm starting seeds or plants, I'll usually start a lot extra, and everybody can be doing that. It doesn't take very many more minutes to start a few extra seeds or grow a few extra of whatever. I've been offering these to whoever needs them, and I don't ever want money, but frequently people want to exchange something. And so I've received eggs, I've received milk, I've received other plants, I've received produce, I've received things that I wouldn't normally get myself or have access to. And it just allows people to have more options for which things they're growing, which foods they're eating, because they might not know how to start those things, but once I give it to them and they're like, oh wow, I could have done that, then the next year they'll be more confident and hopefully share as well. There is the knowledge in our community, and we just don't know to use it or are afraid to ask. So I think once that's normalized, it'll be a bit easier as well. I think that's food and community has always been connected. It's pretty historically, it doesn't matter where you're from or what area you live in, either the ability to feed someone else or to welcome someone to your house because you have enough food, or someone comes over and they can pick things from your garden or take home a cutting of something and start it and then feed themselves. I can offer my kids organic fruit and vegetables all year long.
A memory of my dad's is saying Grandma always jarred extra and smoked extra for winter because the neighbors always came to trade flour or rice, whatever they needed, so that everybody in the community always had everything they needed for the winter. 60 or 70 years ago, living off the land was the only way, and the land gave them all the nourishment they needed. Our ancestors didn't have instant food. They didn't have McDonald's to go through. They had to harvest food that they ate all year round. If they wanted their family to eat, they needed to work together to smoke fish, grow potatoes, or pick seaweed.